right, I have a story I've been wanting to tell for a long time, and it's how I started out in pedal steel and some of the people I met, and just an interesting story, I think. So this was back in the early 1980s. I got my first pedal steel guitar. It was a Sierra single neck 10 string, and a person in Doylestown, Ohio was selling it. And when I bought it, it came with a bunch of instructional material, like this stuff here, mostly from Jeff Newman, different books like this, like that, different workshops. That's what Jeff called these, workshops, and some other tablature is what it is for pedal steel guitar. And came with some albums, a lot more material than this though. This is just a small sample. And some of the albums, and this is a small part of them too. These type of things, and music tracks, steel guitar tracks, and the books have the tablature on playing the melody and different fills and different things like that. So when I'm new to the pedal steel, I got a Sierra 10 string and a lot of material. And where do you start? I didn't know how to tune it. I didn't know anything. And I could play guitar, but this is a lot different than guitar. So with all the material and the guitar, there was these newsletters, and a bunch of newsletters, and Jeff Newman, and it had his address, and so I wanted to see if he was still sending newsletters, and I wanted to get some current newsletters. So I wrote and got on the mailing list, and I started getting the newer newsletters. And at the time, Jeff would travel different parts of the country, the USA, and have pedal steel guitar seminars. And I thought, well, that's pretty cool. I'd like to go to one of those. And he was coming to Akron, Ohio, and I signed up for that. And these seminars were a maximum of 12 students and Jeff, and they were 8 hours. So it was a Saturday and a Sunday, 8 hours each day, pretty intense. But I thought this would be fantastic. So all you had to bring was your steel guitar and your volume pedal, and he provided you with I think a bench seat and a cassette player, an amplifier, music stand, everything you needed, and made it as easy as could be to do this. And so here we are at the lesson, and there's 12 students and Jeff Newman. And it's a little intimidating, so I'm new to all this, and I can't really play that well at all, and didn't even know what to do. And but anyway, Jeff has a Kline pedal steel guitar. The guy next to me's got a Kline pedal steel, and there was 5 other Klines in the group of 12 of us. There was like six Klines, and the teacher's got one. And I got a Sierra, and I forget the other brands. But I'm thinking, this must be an amazing brand. I never heard of it before. I've heard of Sho-Bud, and of course Sierra, which I had. And so I was kind of really wanting to talk about what's with these Kline pedal steels. But we were there to learn and all this and that. But anyway, during our break, one of our breaks, I asked the guy next to me how he liked his guitar. And he goes, "Oh, I love it. I have 2 of them." And I'm like, wow, that's incredible. This guy's got 2 Klines, and I could barely afford the Sierra I had. And I just thought it was phenomenal. And he goes, well, are you interested in getting a Kline? I go, I don't know. Everybody seems to have one. And he turns around, and there's a guy sitting back here, and he goes, "Hey Joe, are you selling your guitar?" And he goes, "Yeah, probably." And that was that. And he goes, "After we have lunch, I'll introduce you to him." And so we ate lunch, and he goes, "Come on, I'll introduce you to Joe." And he goes, "Hey Joe, this guy might be interested in buying your guitar." And in my mind, I'm thinking, why would he sell his guitar? Everyone here's got a Kline. This guy's got two of them. They say how great they are. And I go, well, why are you selling your guitar? Everyone seems to think they're really good. Well, why would you want to sell yours? And the guy that introduced me to him kind of chuckled. He goes, this is Joe Kline. He builds the guitars. And I'm like, oh, okay. So that's how I met Joe. And we became friends. Joe invited me to his machine shop in Ravenna, and super nice guy. And we became friends, like I said, and he offered to build me a custom Kline guitar back in the day. And I didn't know what to tell him how to make it. And he told me I could pick out the wood and everything, but I didn't know anything. I didn't know what to say. And he gave me a really good price point, and I'm like, I just can't afford it, even at that. And this is back in the 80s, and I just couldn't afford it. I wish I could have. But anyway, we became friends, and he was super nice to me all the time, and just a great guy, super nice guy. But anyway, so back at the lesson, we had questions and answers. One of the questions was that they asked Jeff Newman, who makes the best pedal steel guitar? And I'm like, easy answer there. It's a Kline, because everyone's got Klines, right? And Jeff goes, well, they're all about the same. They're all bad. And he's making a joke. And he goes, most of the guys in Nashville, we all get free guitars from the manufacturer, Sho-Bud, whatever. And he goes, I got over 20 of them, all given to me from different manufacturers. And he goes, a lot of the guys take them and sell them, and they'll keep the cheapest one. And I'm thinking, well, that's unusual. And he says, they'll sell them and keep the cheapest one because they can make any of them sound good. And I'm like, oh, I don't know about that, because I play guitar, and I thought, I don't want to play a cheap guitar. I want to play a nice guitar. But he made a point to tell us that it's the person playing it, not the guitar, not the instrument. That's not going to make you sound good. It's the person playing it. And I'm thinking, boy, I don't know about that. And he could sense that the room felt that way, or some of the people, or he's experienced this before. But I had my doubts. I'm like, I don't know about that. I think you have to have a good guitar. So he goes, well, I'll show you. He goes, I'll play all your guitars. And I'm like, oh, okay, this will be interesting. So he's playing them one at a time, and he finally got to mine. I got up. I'm standing right next to it. He sits down and starts playing my Sierra 10 string. And he was right. He made it sound so good. I never heard it sound so good. And I was convinced from then on that, if you practice, and you can make it sound good. And it's not having the equipment. Even though it's nice having good equipment, it makes you feel good, and it inspires you to play more. But really, if you put your time in and practice, that's how you get good. And he said, he goes, you can't buy tone. He goes, you have to earn it. He goes, it's in your hands. You have to earn it. And I thought, well, that's a good way to put it. And I really appreciate that bit of knowledge. Anyway, so I had my, the lessons were fantastic. And I actually went to another lesson down in Columbus. And I just miss Jeff. He was phenomenal. And it's just too bad we don't have that, anything like that today that I know of. He was a top-notch player. He was great. But anyway, so I had my Sierra, and I've heard of Sho-Bud, and if you watched a lot of country back in the day, there was Emmons guitars and Sho-Bud, and plus Buddy Emmons was part of Sho-Bud back in the day. So I felt like I wanted to get a Sho-Bud. So I traded my Sierra 10-string in at Henry's Music in Barberton. Don Dixon was there at the time. And I traded my Sierra for the Sho-Bud 12-string. And I had the Sho-Bud for a lot of years. And then I met Rick Troyer down in Sugar Creek. who owns Hummingbird Music Studio, and Rick's a big pedal steel guy, and teaches, and a great guy. I wish I'd have met him a long time ago. Found out he was really good friends with Joe Kline, and he's very connected in the music business. But anyway, I had my Sho-Bud for a lot of years. I started taking some lessons from Rick, and a super, super great guy, and I can't say enough about him. Anyway, a Kline became available in his music store, and I traded the Sho-Bud in for this Kline guitar. So I finally got a Kline guitar, and these are fantastic instruments, and you know, I wish I could have got one sooner, but I just couldn't, even though I wanted to. But anyway, if you're a pedal steel person, and or even a dobro or lap steel, but pedal steel especially, and if you're anywhere near Sugar Creek, Ohio, and hours away, it's worth a trip to have a session with Rick. Bring all your questions, ask as many questions, and who knows where that'll lead you to. But he's a wealth of knowledge, and can really help anybody at about any level. And I highly recommend looking him up and making the trip there. And he's very busy with lessons. I would suggest calling ahead to see if he's available. If not, book a session with him, just so you can have his undivided attention while you're there, especially if you're driving a long way. But anyway, that's my story, and I'm probably going to keep this the rest of my life. This is a very good guitar. They stay in tune very well, and I just like it, and I need to practice more. So I have to earn the tone, as Jeff would say. So anyway, that was my story, and I've met some great people along the way. Very fortunate that this material came with my first guitar, or who knows how long it would have been, but that helped accelerate getting an education and learning. And then having somebody that I can talk to face like Rick in Sugar Creek, that's priceless to me. So anyway, that's the end of my story. If I can add on to it, I will. I'll do another video, but I will try to do more music videos, and which will help me practice more, and we'll just go from there. Anyway, thank you for listening, and I'll see you.